Hello guys, welcome back to another brand new video, and today I am back on the Imperial server, but I am actually doing something different today, as you could see by the title. So today, basically, I will be giving these simple build tips will help you a bit with building. I'm not really that good of a builder myself, but I did some work on this island here, as you could see by the last video I uploaded if you watch that. And if you didn't, you can go watch that. I've done a bit more since that video, but that will be most of what I have right now. Until I build more later, which I plan on doing at least a bit. So anyways, let's get right into it. So first off, before I start, I'll see if I actually do this by number order or if I just kind of give you things, but yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so first off, if you have a big flat grassy area that you have built yourself because you want to do some natural build or something, and there's no hill like this coming up to it or anything, go right ahead and just do things like this and put a bit of that around it. That will get rid of some of the just plain flat area, and yeah, we'll add a little bit to it. And also, other than that, you can just add flowers and stuff like that to it. And for the next one, you can also add some rivers to that area. Just like this, I did a loop one here, and then you can just bring it around to places and stuff like that. And if you do have some kind of hill, go ahead and make a nice little waterfall going down into a pond area. And then, just to get some more stuff going on there, I guess, you can go ahead and put some lily pads in that water, or on the water, and you can also add some sugarcane just to add a bit more to the area. Something else you can do is, you can add some bushes like this. Bushes or trees or any kind of stuff like that. So as you can see here, I added some bushes. Then the next one will be, just like right here, you can add some kind of thing like this, just a little broken down structure or something like that, or some kind of foundation thing like I did right here. It's better to break it up a little bit like how I did here, and added a couple different blocks, at least two. These I think would be the best blocks to do this: cracked stone bricks and mossy stone brick. So yeah, those are the two blocks I would definitely suggest to add in there. You could also just add normal stone bricks if you wanted to put some of that in there. But if you're going for a really old look, like it's been here for a while, you'll obviously want to definitely put these two in here. The next thing, to add to the river or pond or whatever you did there, you can just put a couple bridges. It doesn't have to be too complicated of a build. It can be a simple little bridge like this, or it can be more complicated and a bigger build. And I only put one here because that's all I felt I needed, since it does go right over to this. But yeah, it just adds a little bit more to the area, so it's not just a plain river. And that's really all that I did in this spot. So now I'm going to head right back here and talk about this. So, actually I forgot one thing. Right here, what I did is you can just add some like rocks and boulder type stuff to the area. I feel like it's nice if you put it around a pond or something like I did here, but it is something else that helps add to the area. Anyways, now that I showed you that, let's head back over here and talk about cliffs and mountain type stuff. So what I did here is a nice little cliff thing So yeah, for this, you don't want to just stick to a plain surface. You will want to add parts coming out at different heights and those, just to make it look a bit more natural and nicer to look at, I guess. So that will definitely help with that. And also, what something I didn't do on this build I did right here is you can add a couple different blocks into it. Like you could add, I think, andesite and cobblestone would be two of the best ones, just to have a bit of a different texture going on, because that can definitely help with it being nicer to look at and just more to look at. And basically, if you want to, one of the simplest ways to start a build like a cliff thing like this is, I'm just going to go down here to show you. You will want to just do something like this and yeah, kind of make sections, I guess. You will not want any of them right, but you won't want them all to be the same length, or it will just be pretty plain like that. Obviously, if you're going for something more specific, I guess that you would want this for, yeah, you could definitely make them all the same length. But if you want it more natural, you'll probably not want to use same length. So just use a bunch of different lengths and do it like this. And yeah, just kind of shape out the mountain build or whatever it is that you're building. So this would be in a pretty nice shape for a little one. But yeah, that's basically what you'll want to do to help you start that off. And then, well, after you do that part, you want to start figuring out how high you want it to go. So just start stacking up like this. Yeah, just like that, really. So yeah, that's what you will want to do to help you start a mountain build. So then, something else I'm going to add quick is, if you have something like this, how I have all along here, that you just want a nice little hill or something to go up to a higher area, what you'll want to do is you'll just want to place grass like this, or there's another way you can do it, so I'll show you in a second. And basically, you'll just want to give it a natural look, and all coming out to different spots and going into different spots, just to so it doesn't all look the same, because obviously it won't look as nice if you have it the exact same, let's say like this, with the grass all the way along. So then the other way you can do this is, if I just fly over here really quick, you will want to, or you can also just add a bit of stone to it and then put the grass on top of the stone, so it's a bit of a different look, I guess. This will normally be probably if you are going for a higher one that you don't quite just walk up to, but you can also do it more like this, where it is one that you walk up. And also you can add a waterfall somewhere in between that, like I did here, going to another pond. And this kind of thing I like to do is just make a little kind of secret cave in behind that. So then, if I go back over here, right behind here, this is something that you might want to do at the back of your mountain or cliff or whatever it is you're building. Or you can just do it the same as this all the way around. But I did it here just as a little way coming down here, mostly for if I expand my island out this way later, which I can't right now because I don't have high enough level for that, that I can do something else back here that this would be leading to. And also on the sides, I didn't do anything like this because I didn't really have the space there to do it, but you will probably want to, but obviously you don't have to. Anyways, once you do this whole stone part of the cliff, you want to just put the grass on top of that and go however high you want with that. That's kind of up to you. I just did 2 layers here though. Oh, something else for if you're doing rocks or boulders, you'll want to add different blocks to it. These 3 right here would be pretty good ones. Cobblestone, the stone, and the andesite. Because it just gives you a nice little variation there. Just so it's not all one block and has a bit of a difference. And also, this isn't really much, but if you want to have your cliff or mountain at a distance, you can put little houses on it just to look like you see them from far away, and they just look smaller since you're far away. So yeah, that's just something else I want to say there. It doesn't have to be too much look to it, obviously, because it will be far away. And also, I built this for a backdrop specifically, so yeah, I just kind of add that in there. Okay, the next one we're going to go on to is buildings. So I'm of course only going to be talking about some of these builds I did, which is a kind of medieval type of build theme. So yeah. So I have this little tower thing here that's also a lighthouse. So if you want to build something like this, you'll definitely want to get different colors in different blocks, or it will just look pretty plain. Which a good example of how plain it would be is kind of like what I did over here. I didn't add much of a variation of blocks to this. On this one, I mostly went for shapes, which it could have ended up looking better if I added some other blocks. So definitely some good blocks to go together for a build like this would be any block that is oak wood or any block that is spruce wood and these stone bricks here. Then of course you can also add a few lanterns in there like I did here. Just add some more light to it, and also doesn't go too bad with it. So yeah, if you use these blocks together though, it will definitely be a nicer build to look at. Then for the roof, if you're doing something really similar to this or exactly like this will be a pretty good shape for the build it is. And then you won't just want to put that roof on top, you'll want to have things going up to it to look like it's more supported. And just to give it more of a look to it. Because it will look better if you add these instead of just putting the roof like this. Because if I took these out here, it wouldn't look the same. And then fences are actually a pretty good look for a build like this. As you can see here, I put quite a bit of fence. Specifically oak fence. Just because it helps add to it. Then you can use shapes like I did here up top and put fences where it's kind of like a window into the actual light part of the lighthouse part of this build. And then over here, this is kind of more of a simple house with not too much to it. But since it doesn't have much to it, you'll definitely want a good variation here, even for the walls that have kind of in between here. So good blocks to do there is, as you see here, stone, and I use cracked stone bricks. But also, what I might do is add in some mossy stone brick to this too, because it will have even more of a different look to it. Then since it's a simpler build and you wouldn't really want to have it a flat surface at the front, you will probably want to do what I did here and go in probably only one block, because it will be much easier than going in multiple. Because if you go in multiple, it's just hard to shape it the same without it looking a little weird. And then at the back, I came out one block. So yeah, that's what you can do for this. And then like I did here, you can just add some windows. Then on the inside, it's pretty simple. There's not much else to There's not too much else I added for this one on the inside, which you won't really need to add too much because the outside is pretty much the look for it. And then you can do a roof like this right here with a layer of just a wood plank there or whatever block you want, and then stair block, and then going up like that. Then the peak is 2 blocks across, or however much it is, or however much it comes to, depending on how long you build it. And by how long, I mean how far across the front and along the sides. And the next build right here is a house that I built. So for this one, basically what you'll want to do is, it actually might be easier to look at this part from the inside. You'll want to build, so right along here where these stone bricks are is where the wall comes to for the first floor, I guess. And then after that, you'll want to go out 2 blocks that way and then build up the next wall there, just so it doesn't end up being too flat of a build or surface on the walls from the outside. And then you can add stairs here, upside down stairs, to kind of connect that together. And then it should end up looking like this. And that's kind of what I did for this one all the way around. You could also not bring the sides out, but I decided I want to for this one, so I kind of like the look of it. Then for the roof, in the top area, you might want to add wool like I did here, because it's a nice look for this theme of build. Then the roof is just a simple stair roof going up to a peak of however wide you want the peak to be. And also for this build, I don't think it would look the same if you went to like right to the peak. So you might want to add a couple blocks wide up here for the peak of the roof. Because I think it kind of, for me, I feel like it goes more with the theme of this specific house build. So yeah, and then if you want, you can add a simple little kind of porch area here out from the front door. And then just add windows pretty much everywhere you can. I didn't put windows at the second layer or second floor just because I didn't feel like it for this one. But obviously you can. And then just make some nice little window sills and type stuff like that for windows up there if you decide to put some up there. And then if you want to see the inside at the top, I actually made this 3 floors. The third floor is kind of like an attic thing, which is up here. I just kind of put barrels in here just to decorate it a bit up here. But other than that, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest. So you could probably just build it or kind of decorate it like you would do for a normal survival world house or creative world house or whatever it is you're going for. So yeah, that is really all I have to show you and tell you for this video. I hope you did enjoy it. I know I'm not the best builder, so it's kind of hard for me to talk like a builder would, I guess. So I don't really know how to talk about all this stuff the best like an actual professional builder would. But I still hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, or if this helped you, make sure you do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on post notifications if you have not already. And yeah, this video has definitely turned out longer than I expected it to. But anyways, yeah guys, I will see you in the next video.